Hello, gang. I'm David Warshaw, Certified Financial Planner at the Wealth Plan LLC. And today we're talking all about Roth conversions, what they are, how do they work, and when does it make sense to even do one? And quick, before we begin, definitely check out my tax diversification video to get up to speed on different legal tax shelters. It'll help make a lot more sense of this video. All right, quick primer. What is a Roth conversion? A Roth conversion is when you take money from a pre-tax retirement account, think traditional IRA or 401k, and move it into a Roth IRA. Now, why would you do that? Well, it's very simple. You're choosing to pay taxes now in order to avoid paying taxes later on what could be a much larger balance. Got that? Take the hit today instead of paying it in the future. So here's how it works. You convert, let's say, $50,000 from your traditional IRA into your Roth IRA. Now, mechanically, this is done by just completing some paperwork from your asset custodian. Think Charles Schwab or Fidelity. Once that conversion is done, you're going to pay ordinary income taxes on that $50,000 this year. It's like you got an extra job for the year that paid you a W-2 salary of $50,000. But once it's in the Roth, that money now grows tax deferred and comes out tax-free in retirement if you follow the rules. Just clean after-tax money. So let's talk about the pros of this strategy. 1, you get tax-free growth forever. 2, you're hedging against future tax hikes. And 3, there are no RMDs once inside the Roth. An RMD stands for Required Minimum Distribution. Basically, once you hit 73 years old, the IRS forces you to start pulling money out of your traditional retirement accounts as they want their cut. And 4, it's ideal for legacy planning because your heirs will eventually receive this money income tax free. Now, the cons. You're paying taxes up front, possibly at a higher rate today than you'd pay in retirement. Think about it. When you're retired, you're not working, so you are more likely going to find yourself paying less in taxes. And not only are you paying more in taxes today, it could actually bump you into a higher tax bracket. Take a look at this chart here and see how if you earn more income in the year, you could jump from the 12% to the 22% bracket, or the 24% bracket to the 32% bracket. Another con is since a Roth conversion increases your income, it can raise your Medicare premiums 2 years later because Medicare uses your income from 2 years prior to set your rates. It can also knock you out of the Affordable Care Act subsidies if you're under 65 and buying insurance through the healthcare exchange. And lastly, it might increase how much of your Social Security gets taxed or even disqualify you from tax credits like the child tax credit or saver's credit. As you can see, doing a Roth conversion can create additional income that ripples through and impacts your entire tax situation for the year. Okay, I know that was a lot. So when does a Roth conversion actually make sense to do? Well, here are the sweet spots. When you're in a low income year, like maybe you're working part-time or in between jobs, maybe on a sabbatical, that's a good time to explore this strategy. Another time to consider doing this is when you have extra cash outside your IRA to pay the upcoming tax bill next year. It really doesn't make a lot of sense to pay the taxes from the IRA itself because you're losing that compounding magic. You've also got an opportunity when you have room in a lower tax bracket. Here's what that means. Let's say you're married filing jointly and your taxable income this year is $156,700. Now, the 22% bracket goes all the way up to $206,700. So you've got about $50,000 of room before you hit the next bracket. So you could convert up to that amount from your traditional IRA to a Roth and still stay entirely within that 22% bracket. That's called bracket filling, and it's a smart strategic tax move. You're locking in today's known tax rate before your income or tax rates in general can go up in the future. Now, there are 2 more interesting situations based on your investment portfolio itself where a Roth conversion can be a total power move. Let's say you've got a speculative investment in your IRA. I don't know, a crypto, a concentrated stock position, something with moonshot potential. Now, if that thing takes off inside of a Roth IRA, the gains are tax-free. But if it explodes in a traditional IRA, every penny of growth gets taxed when you withdraw it. So if you convert before it pops, you're locking in tax on today's lower value, and everything after that is yours free and clear. Now, here's another scenario. The market crashes and your investments are down 20% or more. Your account value is temporarily lower. Hopefully. So doing a Roth conversion now means you're moving shares over at a lower price. Translation, you're paying tax on a smaller amount. And when the market rebounds inside the Roth, all that recovery growth is received 100% tax-free. Super cool strategy. So there you have it. Now you've got a clear understanding of what a Roth IRA conversion is, how it works, and when it could be a smart move. Just remember, you don't have to convert your entire IRA all at once. You could break it up over several years to stay in a lower tax bracket and manage the impact. And here's the key. Always coordinate your Roth conversion strategy with your financial advisor and your accountant. Run the numbers. Do a tax projection. That way, you'll know exactly how this move affects your current year taxes, and you won't get blindsided come April the following year. And this, my friends, is what smart, proactive tax planning looks like. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.